Hi, if you want to know how to make delicious oven-baked spare ribs with orange pepper and Pepsi, yes, orange pepper, not lemon pepper, marinated. These give you a slightly smoky flavor by just adding a couple ingredients and using orange pepper and with additional herbs and spices. So if you want to see the recipe for this, keep watching. Okay guys, I have one slab of ribs. I'm gonna admit, this slab was terrible. It's full of fat. I had to fight like the devil to get the membrane off, but I did the best I could. I soaked it for 15 minutes and scrubbed it really well with white vinegar. So now I'm going to coat them in Pepsi. If you prefer Coca-Cola, go right ahead, but the Pepsi to us tasted better. I'm gonna make sure it's totally submerged in the Pepsi. This pan is quite big. When my husband and I did it on the grill, they were delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the complete bottle. And then I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for 12 hours and let this marinate. And these ribs are delicious. I wanted to do a new take. Everybody loves lemon pepper. So we're going to do orange pepper ribs in the oven. So there you have it. They're totally submerged. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn them over to make sure the meat side is the main side that's submerged in the Pepsi. So I'm gonna cover this with foil and in the refrigerator for 12 hours. And then I'm gonna come back and season them for another 12 hours. Okay, I got my ribs out of the refrigerator. They've been marinating for 12 hours in the Pepsi. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out, put some gloves on, and dry them off with some paper towel. Okay, so I've got them nice and dry. Make sure they're good and dry. Now I'm going to freestand or freehand season these. I'm not making a distinct rub. This is and the piece de resistance is orange pepper. Everybody, the craze, like I said, is lemon pepper these days, but citrus is really good. You've got to give this orange a try. I'm gonna heavily season this with the orange pepper, and this will also go in the barbecue sauce glaze that I'm making. You wanna massage that in really well. Make sure this is massaging the meat. Now this will go back in the refrigerator for another 12 hours. Make sure you season both sides. And I am gonna wipe these down with a Clorox wipe when I'm finished. And those of you that know me, welcome back. You know I'm Jennifer. I upload 2 videos a week and always include an inspirational quote and a controversial joke. So you might want to hit that notification button if you like quick, easy, delicious meals that are relatively fast, because those that know me know that I don't like to cook, don't have time to cook. Just cooking's not my thing. I'm a foodie. I like to eat it. So heavenly season this side. Definitely want to do both sides. And like I said, don't forget to get the membrane off the back. I don't know how many of you have had problems with that. Please comment down below if you've ever had spare ribs and couldn't get them off, or any kind of ribs, and you couldn't get the membrane off the back. I'm just massaging this all in. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these in foil double wrap, and then meet you guys back tomorrow in 12 hours, and we'll put these in the oven. Okay guys, I've gotten the ribs out of the refrigerator. It's been 12 hours with the dry rub that I put on here. And now the next step, if you want that smoky flavor that you miss when you're not using a grill, I am going to add, there are the ribs, liquid smoke. Just a little bit goes a long way. Okay, turn this over. Add a little bit more liquid smoke. I'm going to be adding some brown sugar. I'm using the dark brown sugar. And you want to put it on both sides. This is the underside and rub it in. I'm going to turn this over and add the rest of the brown sugar. Now these are going to cook. I have the oven set on broil. I'm going to put this directly under the broil light, a couple inches from broil, just to brown the top of this. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I'm putting these in the oven just a couple inches from the top rack on broil for only 5 minutes to give it some color. Okay guys, it's been 5 minutes. You really don't want to go any longer than that. Basically, what you want is the brown sugar to melt and caramelize. So that's what it looks like. So now I'm going to remove the ribs out of the foil and put it on a foil lined baking sheet rack. Okay, I'm going to take the ribs off and I'm going to add it to this rack that has been lined with foil. And I'm going ahead and cover this with aluminum foil. And like I said, my oven, I'm going to reset it to 275. You can go no higher than 300. I wouldn't recommend it if you're cooking in the oven. And you want to cover this because this keeps your ribs from drying out. And they need to go low and slow. That breaks down the connective tissue as well as removing the membrane off the back to keep the ribs nice and juicy. So I'll see you guys back in 2 hours and I'll check them. Okay, and you definitely want to move the rack down to the center rack. As you see, it's no longer up high on broil. So it's at 275. I'm setting the timer for 2 hours and I'll come back and check them. Okay, the ribs have been cooking for 2 hours at 275 degrees. I am going to add this barbecue sauce at my husband's request. I will put the recipe for the orange pepper, orange sticky glaze sauce in the description box. Okay, I put sauce on the ribs. I'm going to put them back in the oven under the broil light for 5 minutes just to caramelize the sauce. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. More importantly, comment and tell me how you cook your ribs, season them, and definitely if you try these, how you like them. There you have it, orange pepper and Pepsi oven roasted, oven baked spare ribs. Yeah, this took about exactly 2.5 hours. The marinade is absolutely delicious. You see my bone, I skinned it. Yeah, like I said, I'll put my own barbecue recipe, sauce recipe in the description box. I used Famous Dave's because that's what my husband wanted me to use. But like I said, please come back for the next one and stick around for my joke. There you have it, orange pepper and Pepsi marinated spare ribs cooked in the oven. Let me tell you guys my joke. Okay guys, let me tell you my joke. 3 explorers are captured by a tribe in the jungle. The chief is going to punish the intruders. The chief calls the first explorer to the front of the tribe and says, "Death or Buka." Well, the explorer doesn't want to die, so they opt for Buka. The tribe starts screaming, "Buka, Buka, Buka," and start dancing around. The chief then rips the explorer's pants off and has his way with him. The chief then calls the second explorer to the front and says, "Death or Buka." Well, not wanting to die either, he opts for Buka. The tribe again starts screaming, "Buka, Buka, Buka," and starts dancing around. The chief rips the second person's pants off and has his way with him as well. The chief calls the third explorer to the front, "Death or Buka." Well, the third person has a little more self-respect and thinks death will be better. So he stands up chest to chest with the chief and in a strong voice says, "Death," right into the chief's face. The chief turns to the tribe and says, "Death by Buka." Buka, Buka. Oh, that's sick. I thought it was kind of funny when I heard it. But anyway, you were going to die anyway. Well, no, you just would have been raped. And then this way, he said he wanted to die, so he was going to get killed by the rape. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. God bless. Please try this recipe. And like I said, I have a really good orange glaze, orange pepper barbecue sauce to go with this. It's mixed with orange juice and brown sugar and vinegar and a bunch of other things, but it's really sticky. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to put it in the description box, but I'm going to fry some ribs in the future and use it, and I'll show you the difference than using my husband's favorite bottled Famous Dave's. If he doesn't have his own, he makes his own sauce most of the time, but this time we were out, so he wanted Famous Dave's. But I love you guys. I'm grateful for all of you who watch my channel. God bless. And as I said, I pray to see you on the next one, and I hope everyone stays happy and healthy.